these companies find a lot of value in people hacking their websites and telling them these issues, because it's better that you tell them the issues than someone actually exploiting it and then exploiting their users for, sometimes these things go on for months, possibly even years before someone discovers what happened. So when they say looking, number two, looking for valid targets, they're saying like Netflix, for example. I posted on my Instagram post about bug bounty programs. They'll have like prod.netflix.com, or like webservices.netflix.com, or mobile.netflix.com. There's like all these different domains they have, and these domains are really important because if you think about it, all these domains are constantly changing. There's engineers, Netflix engineers, that are constantly doing new projects on these domains, and these are people, and people make mistakes. That is a fact. We can't stop that, and it will happen. So a bug bounty hunter or hacker, right? They exploit this, and they use this to their advantage by monitoring certain domains, and you're looking for mistakes in engineers. And that's something I really want to go into this into detail on this class, is like, what are the common mistakes that engineers use, and how can you exploit them? So number three, you really want to do automated scanning and testing as much as possible, because if you're doing this stuff by hand, it's going to be really tedious and it's going to take a lot of time. Most of the pros, well, all of the pros, they do automated scanning. We'll go more into like which tools you can use for that. Just off the bat, Burp, Burp Suite is one tool. I'll start adding to the stock more of the tools. Another one would be like OWASP Zap. Another one, IBM App Scan. I'll put more information on like the free ones. Scout is another one for AWS vulnerabilities. Here's another one. So four is reviewing all the applications. So yeah, you're gonna want to look at the source code of the website. You're gonna want to review the architecture of the website. So if you imagine like there's like Netflix.com, not Netflix.com, and then when you sign in, you link it. Imagine like a link going to like login.netflix.com, and then from there maybe there's some other domain. So you really want to get an idea of like how the applications are built and like what the source code is. You can go on a website and you can do a two-finger click, and you can see like what the HTML is. Some JavaScript might be exposed, and you can find flaws in a website like that. Flaws lead to vulnerabilities. Well, mistakes, engineers' mistakes lead to flaws. Flaws lead to bugs in your program. Bugs lead to people being able to come up with exploits. That means you actually wrote something that actually exploits that bug or vulnerability. And from there, profit. You also can, number five, you can do fuzzing for errors to expose flaws. Fuzzing just means you just throw a bunch of random stuff at a website and see if it breaks it. Imagine a website is like a giant machine with a lot of gears. You can start throwing maybe wrenches in there, or throwing a dumbbell in there, or maybe throw a bag of sand in it, or throw a pizza or something in there and see if it'll break it. And then once you start breaking a website, you can gain control over it, because you can make it misbehave in ways that the engineers didn't intend it to. But once again, always read the guidelines of the bug bounty program so that you stay within the guidelines, so you're not actually doing something illegal. But I think the main thing is just like rule of thumb: don't do a denial of service attack. Do not try to deny a service. Don't try to bring a website down. Don't try to exploit users. Like don't try to target people, basically, and just read the guidelines. But most of the stuff is on the table for as far as bug bounty hacking. Number six, exploiting vulnerabilities to generate proofs of concepts, or POCs, they call them. So this is a report outlining what you did to exploit the website. Like, how did you find the flaw? How did you exploit it? And you're just proving to them that you did it and that it's possible. And then you want to help them fix it. The better you are at writing these reports, the faster responses you'll get from the companies over time. You'll get more reputation. It really helps to learn how to write the reports. So that's kind of the focus of this first class I really want to go over. So I just want to give people like a high level overview of you know, what this means, right? What this is about, how to do it, and how to write those reports, because that's really where the money is at in terms of bug bounty programs. Like, you know, you can hack a website all day, but if you're not writing a good report, they might not believe you, or they're just gonna throw it away and just say, well, we don't understand this or something. They're very busy. So let's go into some detail about one of these. Well, before that, does anybody have any questions? Let's see. I hope everyone can hear me. Yeah, ping me again if you still can't hear me. Someone said they're having trouble with the audio, but I see it's okay. But yeah, send me a chat if you can't hear me. All right, great. So yeah, just let me know if anyone has any questions. Just stop me. Thanks. So yeah, I'll go into this first one. Yeah, Ezekiel Pereira was paid by Google $31,000 for this bug bounty report. So let's just go into this and just see. A lot of these bug bounty hunters will post how they did this stuff. So let's see, just like trying to go high level. They're looking at this deployment manager in their Google Cloud services. So Google Cloud Services is like something that helps you spin up websites. So that's what he's taking a look at. So let's see, they're outlining some stuff about how the Google deployment manager works. So that was kind of like step number 4, reviewing all the applications. So this is just one application, and they're looking into all the details. They used Google. Well, yeah, they're looking into Google App Engine. That's another app. So it sounds like, okay, here's another thing, his targets. So after those attempts, tried creating type providers, pointing to Google Corporation APIs. So this is one domain that he found as a target. So you see, so there are these dots, right? Issue tracker, .corp, .google. So these are called subdomains. The main website is here. I mean, should be able to reach it. Nope, you have to have some special key to reach in there. But maybe this might work. Nope. I think I just put it straight into Google. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, it's just some kind of link for signing into your Google API. And yeah, I would advise reading through some of these. Here it looks like he's looking through some code. Just want to give like a high level of kind of what they're doing. Then he found that a Google service load balancer was acting funny. Load balancer is like the outward facing part of the website, so it helps websites balance their traffic. But because they're outwardly facing, they can have vulnerabilities in them. So as you're saying, I'm going through this. It's a pretty lengthy thing, but like this one, they got paid $31,000. So, you know, that's not going to be easy, right? Looks like they're using the Burp suite. So it's a free tool. There's like a paid for version, but you're gonna want to get the free version of it. So they said, okay, they created a type provider through the JSON API. So right here, you can see they're doing a request. So this guy, he's actually hacking the website by sending these little requests. So what he's doing is, and this is a really important topic. Come on, gotta charge my battery. 1 second. All right. So yeah, so using the burp tool there, and that's BURP, he's sending this request. So what he's doing is posting to the Google APIs.com, and when you put post, it's a request. It's a request where you're expecting to modify some kind of data on the request. It's specifically, these are HTTP requests. So I think that's a super important concept with this. If you're going to do bug bounty programs, you're going to be sending HTTP requests. So this is like the domain. So basically it's like www.googleapis.com slash this deployment manager /staging underscore dog food, right? So that's just like the domain at the end. So that's like at the end with the slashes. Let's see here. So yeah, they're sending this with the name as example. These are like fields of the request. And then on the right side, you can see the response. So you can see 200 OK, that means it actually went through. Well, kind of jumped ahead there. I meant to look at that. Yeah, so I'm kind of getting in some details, but I just wanted to give like a quick like crash course of like what this looks like. Yeah, he's just poking around with the burp tool, sending these requests. And then here, found the bug. Let's see if we can scan more of this. Looks like they're talking with, reaching out to the Google engineers. And then, yeah, they sent the report, and Google paid them $31,000. Let's see another one. I'm gonna look at an easier one to let's see how we're doing. Yeah, I'm gonna look at an easier one. If people looked at the JavaScript class that I was teaching before, XSS is a JavaScript vulnerability. So you use JavaScript to actually execute this exploit. And yeah, this person got paid $500 for this exploit. So, so they're saying, take a look at this code. So what they're doing is they're just saving this variable. Looks like it's a map of some kind. So this is the key, that's the value. They have this JavaScript function they made. So, so they go over like, okay, here's the problem. Let's see, trying to look for the actual XSS issue. Here, there's still a problem. Warned. Yeah. Let me go over actual XSX. I think that'll be a good start to actually show like what does the what does that look like? There. So one example would be, let's say you're in a comments. There's like a comment section on your website. Well, if you posted some JavaScript on the comment section, when someone loads that comment on the website, it's possible that the JavaScript will actually get executed and run, right? Like, you could post something pretty malicious on there, but on this one, it looks like they're just inserting or they're putting some kind of alert. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, it's just, I have to really read through this. Yeah. Well, I think we can, yeah, I would just advise people to just maybe review some of these in the meantime, just to get an idea of like the reports and the bug bounty programs. In the next class, I'm going to go over more specifics about like, I'll break down the cross-site scripting, the XSS issue, and And I'll try to find one of these reports that's like a good starting point. But for this one, just want to do like a high level overview of like what's this about? What is this about? So here, this one they got $100,000 from Apple, which is a lot. So it's some kind of they were able to get a full account takeover. So basically, taking over any person's account with an Apple ID. Um, in here, they're showing this is like our steps three, oh, step four. Um, they're analyzing the application, right? So there's this authorization request. The user sends that to the Apple Auth server. Then the Apple Auth server sends a authorization granted back to the user. So there's like these back and forth processes that are happening. But this person discovered somewhere in this process there was something that was broken to where they could actually take over the user's account, right? So let's see. Then they start breaking down what the JWT payload looked like. And yeah, I know I'm going over this really fast. I kind of wanted to do this like just as a high level overview, just give people an idea. But yeah, this don't be afraid. Like, this person got 100,000 for this one bug. It takes a lot of effort to understand what some of these people have done, but definitely worth the while of reading. Um, yeah, does anyone have any questions before I move forward? All right. Yeah, thanks. Someone asked, have you ever found a bug in a major website? No, I haven't found a bug in a major website, but when I was working for Cisco, I did find a bug in our backend website. So it wasn't actually externally facing, it was internal. So um, yeah, I found an issue where we weren't cleaning the data that was going in. So, like when I talk about this, like like XSS issue, like with the comments. So when data comes into your application, you want to clean it because you have your outside world, and like malicious data can come in, like XSS or some bad request, and yeah, I found that it wasn't getting cleaned. So it was open. There was a bug, and at that time we were using IBM App Scan, so that helped me find it. And then I used this tool called Postman to actually test out if that vulnerability actually worked. So yeah, that was a good question. Thank you. Thanks, Daryl. Yeah, we're pretty much at the last 2 minutes of the class. Um, Want to make sure I'm leaving time for people to ask questions. Does anybody else have any other questions? And you can email me anytime too. Any questions? Um, I think a really cool part of this um, of one of these bug reports was from CJ Fairhead. He's saying anyone can pursue bug bounties. I totally agree with that. He's saying this wasn't overly technical. I certainly made it more technical than it had to be. Even if you think you don't have the skill set for bug bounties, this should be proof that there are things out there for you to find. You just need to know where to look. So yeah, I think that's definitely a key takeaway. He talks about how he loves automation. Right here is a great point. This repository was 3 days old. So he's saying if he had been a few days earlier or a few days later, he would have missed this. So like if you think about it, these engineers are constantly writing new code and they're constantly making new mistakes. I mean, constantly making new mistakes. And this person was just on it. They were just in the right spot at the right time. But when you have automation, it can help you zone in on these things. So that's this is pretty much like a high level of what I want to go through in the class. So for next class, expect for us to go a little bit deeper into the actual tools that you'll need to use, and then we'll go over at least one exploit in detail. So thank you everyone for joining the class, and please join same time next week. All right, everyone have a great week. Thank you.